It is about 63 degrees in the house, so I think it's time to turn on the boiler. This will be the first startup of the season. This boiler is only a few years old. Here's one of the pumps. Expansion tank. And there's a spider web in my face. This is a Phantom by Velocity Boiler Works. There is a second pump right there, and that goes to the water heater tank. So the water in this tank is heated by the boiler. Alright, I am going to set up the tripod and go upstairs and turn the thermostat on. Alright, I know it's kind of dark, but I am going to go upstairs and turn the thermostat on. And there we go. It is running. Pump is running. It's pretty quiet. And to turn down the backlight on the display, you just need to touch it to turn it on. It's a touch screen. I'm gonna do a startup video of the old 1970s A.O. Smith boiler as well when I get over to that house in a little while. I'm sure it's probably cold over there too. That radiator's starting to get a little warm now. And there is our current time. 7:31 a.m. There is our current outside temperature. Pretty chilly outside right now. And here we are at the other house with the 1974 A.O. Smith copper boiler. It is currently running. I'm going to go upstairs and turn off the thermostat and then do a startup video. The water heater is also running right now. It's got a compressor in it because it's a heat pump water heater. So I'm going to shut that off and then we'll start up do a shutdown and start up of the boiler. Alright, here is the, I'm going to turn on the light on the camera. But here is for the water heater. Alright, that's off. Now the boiler's just running. Alright, I'm going upstairs to turn the thermostat off and then back on again. Alright, and we're running again. It got started up before I got here this morning, but that was the first startup of the season. So, yep. This has a 1/6 horsepower Bell & Gossett circulator pump. Pretty sure it's a resistance start induction run motor because there's no capacitor on this thing, and it has a centrifugal switch that cuts out the start winding when it gets up to speed. It's rated at 1,725 RPM, so it is a 4-pole motor, and I'm pretty sure it's rated at, I think, 3.1 amps. I'll go take a closer look at it in just a second so we can see what it is. I did replace the thermocouple a couple years ago, and I cleaned out the inside of the boiler. It was filthy, so it's working a lot better, and I have oiled that motor several times, so it's running good. Alright, here's a closer look at the pump motor. It is rated at 3.3 amps, and we have an oil tube right there that goes to that bearing, and then the tube isn't on this one and there's no cover on it, but that's an oil port for that bearing. And there's also an oil port right here. And there's the expansion tank. Also put a new pressure relief valve on there because the old one was leaking. That's warm.
Are you sure?
Heated up pretty quickly here. Those radiators are really hot, and that's up to 68 now.